Welcome to What Should I Buy Next, the series where you guys decide what bottle of whiskey I'm going to buy next. Today we're doing the Rye edition, so let's get to it. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Bourbon Hutch. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey through the world of whiskey. So as you can probably already tell from the name of the channel, I'm more of a bourbon guy, and I've certainly explored more of the bourbon world than any other part of the whiskey world. In fact, when we're looking at ryes, which is what we're talking about today, I've explored very little of that world. These 4 bottles that you see here are actually the only 4 bottles of rye that I've owned. And one of them is a Boo Rye, so I just sort of cheated and put that one in there. So I don't know if that makes it easier or harder for you guys to help me decide where to go next because there's so many options. But I'm excited to get your input because I really need your help to figure out what ryes to go after next. So let's just first lay 2 quick ground rules for this series. First rule is the bottle that gets commented the most in the comments below is the bottle I'm going to try to go out and buy and then taste and review for you guys. And then second rule is because I've explored little of the rye world and am still sort of in this beginning stage, I'm going to put a price cap on it at $60. I know there's plenty of great whiskey above that, plenty of ryes that would probably knock my socks off, but as somebody who's still trying to get his bearings in that world, we're gonna say 60 is the max for now. All right, all that being said, let me just give you a quick overview of the 4 that I've tasted here and what I like about each of them, and maybe that'll give you some sense about where I should turn next. So first we'll start off with the Old Forester Rye. It's a $22 bottle, 100 proof, really great stuff. In my opinion, I love the lemon and pepper. There's a zestiness to it that I really enjoy, and it's a great budget whiskey. So I think that lemon and zestiness is something I want to keep pursuing. So if you know of anything else like that, comment below. Second, we've got Pikesville Rye. It's 110 proof. Now this is a barely legal rye or a Kentucky rye. So it's 51% rye and a lot of corn in there. Lots of bourbon characteristics. Really love the bold baking spice nature of this one and the fact that it's got those richer caramels and vanillas and deeper oaks. So if you know of any other sort of barely legal ryes that I could look into, that would be great. I do think in the spirit of this, maybe pushing me a little bit outside my comfort zone more would be good, but do really like Pikesville for sure. All right. So then we've got the Redwood Empire Lost Monarch. So I know this is a Boo Rye, it's not technically a rye, but it definitely has rye characteristics for sure. Kind of like the Old Forester Rye, it's got this zestiness to it, but it's also got this herbal tea and floral quality. So if there's anything in that lane that you think I should be trying, definitely put that in the comments below. All right, then last but not least, we've got the Wild Turkey 101 Rye, which is actually what I've got poured in my glass here. Figured we'd do a brief tasting here just to see what I pick out, what I enjoy, or maybe want to try to avoid, if anything at all. So I know on this one, I definitely get a mintiness that I don't get on any of the others, which is cool. Yeah, so again, there's this zestiness that I really like. Good caramels and vanillas on this one too, though. And this one I do think it has 37% corn or something like that. So there's enough corn in there to give it a slight bourbon presence. But there is that wintergreen mint note coming through. Super interesting. All right, cheers. Going into the palate. Okay, so there's definitely that caramel and vanilla base like a bourbon would have, but then there's extra spice, lots of sort of cracked black pepper, and then there's this herbal quality, almost like a black tea with honey in it, which I'm really enjoying. I like that honey note a lot, and the almost bitterness of the tea. And then there is that slight wintergreen note, you almost had a black tea with lots of honey in it and a couple of wintergreen sprigs put in there. Really good stuff. Would be interested to see if there's any ryes that you guys think has that minty quality that I should be trying. So as I said before, there's just 2 rules. First is comment down below what bottle you think I should go after based on these 4. I'll also put a little card to an overview of my entire collection, which might give you a little bit more of a chance to see what my tastes are. Most commented bottle is the one I'll try to go out and buy and review for you guys. And then second, try to keep it under 60 bucks. Just trying to explore this world and get my bearings first. In advance, just want to say thank you so much for your comments and for helping me figure out the world of whiskey. If you did like the video, please like the video. And if you are liking all the content coming out of the channel, please subscribe. I definitely plan to do more in this series so that I can continue to explore the world of whiskey. Until I see you guys again for another video, all I can say is keep drinking good whiskey and cheers.